So the case of Ashley Babbitt is one that I'm finding very, very difficult to discuss. A number of people died at the insurrection, as we know. She's the one person who was actually shot. She was shot by Capitol Police as she was about to enter a space that was close enough to senators where people could have gotten hurt. And so her case represents a string of things that I feel are notable. She herself is a veteran. She sipped of the cup of conspiracy theory. She was full in QAnon, full in. And so there is this, the images, as I was thinking about doing a piece about her, by the way, it was always going to happen. I was always going to do a work about Ashley Babbitt. And it wasn't in any form of disrespect at all. The word that kept coming to me was tragedy, pity, tragedy. And the main, the reference that I decided to use was Michelangelo's very, very, very famous larger-than-life sculpture titled Pietà, in which a very large, vast Virgin Mary is holding the body of the crucified Jesus after he has been taken off the cross. He's been killed. He's dead as a full-grown man in her arms. This never happened, but it's a motif that is celebrated in Catholic and Christian cultures, in that image of the full-grown Jesus in the arms of Mary. And as I watched, and I've seen the video of Ashley Babbitt being shot, unfortunately I've seen that, as I watched the body scatter for that second after the shot goes off, because people realize a shot has gone off. A couple people do stay by her head to see if they can help her, but I'm imagining all of those people that were there that day. And in that moment, she died alone. She died alone. And I kept thinking of the Pietà scene of Mary holding up the body of Christ. And I'm like, well, who's holding Ashley right now? Like, and so the problem is that this kind of image can, one, make me appear sympathetic towards her, and I don't think I am in this image. But it's a beautiful image. She's rendered beautifully here. She's not rendered as a terrorist. And it can also make her a martyr, which I don't believe she is. But she's a human being, and I'm trying to be careful about how to depict her. So in this case here, I had a number of ideas. Do I put her in this position, but no one's holding her, but maybe the various flags that were there that day are the ones holding her body up? I decided instead that she has tumbled into a pit on her own volition and has impaled herself on the various flagpoles of the flags represented there that day, including the Confederate flag, including various anti-Semitic flags and whatnot. So her body, I think, ultimately will be wrapped in those flags, but there will be a representation of the things that she died for that day. And I'm hoping that will balance this image out so she doesn't appear as martyr, but also that I'm not insulting her in death. That certainly is not the point of this work. The point of this work is to highlight the tragedy of it all. The title of this work is important. The title of this work is "And I'll Be There With You," which sounds biblical, but it's direct quote from the transcript of Donald Trump's speech right before the insurrection happened, right before Ashley Babbitt was shot. "And I'll be there with you." This idea of her dying alone and being held up by her causes in death without the arms of Donald or anybody else to be there with her is, I think, emblematic of the tragedy of her case and the tragedy of the entire January 6th episode.